Hi, I'm Emily Penn. I'm the nutritionist at Herbal Wellness, and today we're talking about electrolytes. So electrolytes are basically minerals that help your body absorb and use the water and fluids that you drink. So sodium, potassium, magnesium are kind of our main electrolytes. And a lot of our drinking water today is stripped of these minerals for the most part. So a lot of people aren't getting enough. Another really important source of electrolytes are fruit and vegetables. So that's where we're getting electrolytes, broths, milks, things like that. We can get electrolytes from those things as well. Of course, there are a ton of electrolyte supplements on the market. If you like them and they make you feel good, by all means use them. I certainly do. But they can be expensive and they can come with a bunch of other ingredients that you may or may not want. So today we're going to talk about a really fun and simple way to get more electrolytes into your daily life using tea and herbs. So teas and herbs are an amazing source of electrolytes, amazing source of a lot of different nutrients actually and minerals. So today we're going to focus on 3 as sort of like an introduction to this. Nettle is one that you may have heard of. Nettle has a ton of minerals and it's really great for allergies for women. It's got a good iron content in there too. Almost like a green tea, like grassy, earthy flavor. So it's pretty, in my opinion, pretty neutral. And then we're also going to be doing some hibiscus. It's a beautiful color. It's got a lot of really great health properties, including those minerals. And then oat straw as well. And oat straw, again, I think it's kind of neutral tasting. We're gonna do herbal infusions with these 3 herbs. I prefer loose leaf. Just get more of the herb and you're not using any of the tea bags or anything. My local health food store was out of loose nettle. So we are gonna be using tea bags. If you don't have access though, you can definitely use, you can find most all of these, definitely hibiscus and nettle. Oat straw might be tougher to find on its own in tea form, but you can use that. We're gonna be experimenting with all of them today. Let's start with the nettle. You can do hot or cold infusions. It kind of depends on the herb. Today, we're gonna do a hot infusion with the oat straw because it's a thicker, it's like a more, it's less of a leaf and it's more fibrous. And so the hot water is going to extract more of the nutrients and the minerals out of it. But if you do a cold water extraction, which I will do with the hibiscus and I'll probably do it with the nettle as well, it draws out less of the tannins, which is what makes things bitter. So you usually get like a smoother taste with a cold brew, kind of like cold brew coffee. But anyways, we are gonna start with nettle. Normally with loose leaf nettle, I would probably do about an ounce of nettle in here, which would probably fill it up to about there. I'm gonna do, I think, 6 nettle tea bags. And 6. Okay, so there is our nettle. Next, oat straw. We're just gonna use the rest of what I have. Normally I would do probably about an ounce again for this container, which is 4 cups of water. I'm gonna be a little bit short on that, but that's okay. Straw. Here we've got the hibiscus. I will probably do about the same amount, actually 6 tablespoons. And that's kind of what's nice about these is you can really tailor them to your taste preference. If you want a lighter flavor, do less of each herb or tea. If you want a more intense flavor, you can do more. Let's get the hot one going first. So we're gonna do the oat straw. And then once these are all filled up, we're gonna let them sit overnight. And you can just leave them out on your counter and let them sit overnight. Or, you know, if you're short on time and you just wanna do it for a few hours, you can do that too. The idea with the longer steeping times, the herbal infusion versus just steeping the tea for a few minutes, is you're gonna draw out more of the minerals. So you're gonna get more of those benefits. Cold water with the hibiscus. Last will be nettle. Okay, so now that these are all steeping, we're gonna let them sit out for a few hours and we'll come back and talk about them some more. We are back. These infusions have been sitting overnight, extracted a lot of minerals and nutrients, and now we're gonna strain them and drink them. What you'll need to strain them, for the tea bags, actually you don't need anything. You could just pull the tea bags out and it's ready to go. For the others, you just get another jar, strainer, and then just pour it through. Like that. Now for drinking them, you have a few options. You can drink them as is. You can also dilute them. I like doing a sparkling mineral water just to stay on track with the electrolyte theme. You can add in some lemon, some salt, some other citrus, cucumber berries, pretty much anything you like. You can kind of, come up with your own flavor combinations. You can also mix them together if you enjoy the flavors that way. Today I'm just gonna show you one of my favorites, the nettle. I like to do half nettle, half sparkling water, and a squeeze of lemon. Kind of earthy, a little bright from the lemon, bubbly from the sparkling water. It's really good. You can do basically the same thing with the other ones. The hibiscus one I think is gonna be really good, so we're gonna do that. And a squeeze of lemon. If you wanted to do sweeteners, you definitely could. You could do a little bit of honey or maple syrup is what I would recommend. And I would mix them into the infusion so that it has a good amount of time to kind of dissolve. You could also do a pinch of sea salt, do it with coconut water. Lots of different options here. It's sort of endless. It just depends on your preferences and your goals, but that's making herbal infusions to help you stay hydrated.